This video is sponsored by Soundcore. The Soundcore AeroClip earbuds have arrived, and I've been testing these for the past few weeks, and I'm here to tell you all about my experience with these open earbuds. So let's not waste any time. So first, let's start with that Bluetooth connection. So the AeroClip are featuring Bluetooth 5.4 with SBC and AAC as their connection codecs. These earbuds are fully compatible with both Android and iOS devices in my own testing. The AeroClip also feature multi-point connectivity for up to 2 devices, and this feature works perfectly fine in my testing across both mobile operating systems. These earbuds also feature single usage mode for those who prefer using a single earbud at a time, and this feature works seamlessly with no pausing or hiccups when switching between both of these earbuds. Now, when it comes to Bluetooth range, I was able to get about 43 feet or just about 13 meters. Now, range will be reduced depending on how many walls or obstructions you put in between the earbuds and the device that they are connected to. Now, when it comes to watching videos or mobile gaming, the Soundcore AeroClip have minimal latency when you're watching videos on like YouTube, Netflix, TikTok, anything like that. No issues whatsoever. But when it comes to mobile gaming, there is some minimal lag there. It's perfectly fine for casual gamers like myself, but if you're looking for something with like next to no latency, this is probably not going to be the right option for you. Now that brings us over to the design of the Soundcore AeroClip. Now these are bringing a bit of a different look and design compared to Soundcore's other clip-on offerings. Now these are available in 3 different colors. You can get them in Midnight, Champagne Mist, and Rosy Brown. Now this time around, they are using a flexible open ring joint made with titanium memory wire, which helps them fit more ear sizes and also helps distribute pressure much more evenly across your ears. It feels like increased comfort was top of mind during the whole design process of these earbuds. Now overall, the Soundcore AeroClip are more comfortable and feel lighter in my ears compared to Soundcore's other offerings for clip-on earbuds. One question that I get very often about earbuds is whether or not they are good for workouts or for sports, and the answer is going to depend on your own ear shape. So for me, these stay put regardless of movement or body position. So far, so good. Now, additionally, the Soundcore AeroClip also feature an IPX4 rating, so it's not the best in my opinion, but still good enough for workouts and light splashes, but I would avoid showers or swimming or submerging these completely in water if you can avoid it. And the second question that comes up often is whether or not these earbuds are going to be good for sleep use. So this is another one where user experience may vary based on your ears, but for me personally, the Soundcore AeroClip actually work well for back sleep. Now, side sleep, that's another story. Now, that was a no-go for me because these still have a bit too much bulk behind my ear to allow me to lay on them comfortably. I am a side sleeper. So if you're looking for a solid sleep option, it's probably better to go with something like Soundcore's Sleep A20 for that purpose, because those earbuds were designed from the ground up for sleep usage. So definitely look into those if you haven't. Now that's going to bring us over to the controls, and the Soundcore AeroClip are now using simple tap controls, not touch and not buttons. So controls are super simple and allow for double and triple taps only. They can be used for play pause, skip track, volume control, answer end calls, etc. Both of which can be customized or completely shut off within the Soundcore app. Now, speaking of that Soundcore app, you do get access to the Soundcore app with the Soundcore AeroClip earbuds, and the app is available for both iOS and Android devices. Now, when you open up the app, you see the battery life for the buds and the case. Below that, you get the sound effects. So in here, you have 5 options. You get Soundcore Signature, Bass Booster, Volume Booster, Classical, Podcast, and Treble Booster. Below that, you do have a customizable EQ if you want to get in there and fiddle with the sound. Now, backing out of here, you have your controls, and this is what gives you full adjustment for both the left and the right earbuds individually, as well as a on and off toggle right here up on the top right. Now, backing out of here, you get your dual connections, and this is essentially your controls for your multi-point connectivity on these earbuds. Now, below that, you do have the Find Device, and basically this plays a loud ringing sound in case you misplace one of your earbuds. And then lastly, you have the settings, and at the top right here, you get your prompt tone, auto power off, update firmware, etc. But those are the most important ones. Now, overall, the app support is solid as expected from Soundcore. The app experience is minimal for these earbuds since these don't have a bunch of advanced features. Now, despite this, I still recommend getting the app to ensure you're on the latest firmware and to adjust the sound quality to your personal preference. There was a firmware update a couple of days prior to this video being recorded, so I recommend taking care of that to ensure proper functionality. So now let's go ahead and talk about the battery life of the Soundcore AeroClip. Now, Soundcore is claiming 8 hours plus 24 hours in the charging case for a total of 32 hours combined. So pretty good battery life there. And these are usually best case scenario situations. So I went ahead and tested the claims for myself, and I managed to get 6 hours and 58 minutes using the AAC codec at 75% volume. And this was done with the signature EQ applied. So overall, these have excellent battery life in my personal opinion. Obviously, volume level and EQ choice will affect battery life. So higher volume, less battery. Always keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to charging the case, they do charge via USB-C. Unfortunately, they do not have wireless charging on board, but we do have a fast charge option. So 10 minutes can give you an additional 3 hours if you actually wear the battery down completely. So overall, pretty good. So now let's get into the sound and the volume. So first up, getting the measurement for volume on these earbuds is obviously difficult because these are open style earbuds. Now, Soundcore was claiming that these would get over 80 decibels, but I can tell you right now that they blew that number clear out of the water. So at least in my testing. So with the signature EQ, I was able to get 102.6 decibels. And with the volume boost EQ, I was able to get 108.1 decibels. So these get seriously loud for a set of open earbuds. And mind you, there is plenty of sound leakage with these above 60% volume. So if you're worried about sound leakage, open earbuds probably not the right choice for you. Now, before we move into the sound quality, if you're getting any value out of this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button for me. It's free for you and it helps my channel greatly. Thank you. Now, when it comes to sound quality, since the Soundcore AeroClip are using this clip-on design, the sound quality experience can vary wildly due to the positioning as well as your own ear shape. Now, for me and my big ol' ears, the sound quality is actually surprisingly good compared to Soundcore's other open models. It's deep and dynamic in my experience, which is something I wasn't expecting. The AeroClip got upgraded drivers this time around with a 12mm titanium-coated dual magnet dynamic driver. So these do deliver excellent bass response for an open ear design. Now, you also get 6 different EQ options, as I mentioned before: signature, bass boost, volume boost, classical, podcast, and treble booster, along with a custom EQ. Out of the included presets, signature probably the best one. Volume booster also helps if you need a little bit additional volume, but I actually prefer to keep these on my own custom JEFE EQ. Now, pause the video here if you want to try this EQ for yourself. Now, this gave me the best overall sound and volume with good bass and a much more in-your-face type of sound. I took the volume boost EQ essentially and I upped the bass and the mid, so overall, it sounds pretty good in my opinion, but definitely give it a try. Let me know what you think. So now let's go ahead and break down the sound. So first up, let's start with the bass. Now, the bass is better than I expected. You can hear it and you can lightly feel it. And it's definitely stronger than what we got with the Soundcore C40i. Now, this caught me by surprise. Now, depending on ear shape, the bass can potentially be much stronger if these earbuds sit deeper in your ears. Now, one of the test tracks that I used for testing bass response was How You Do That by Master P and Young Bleed. Now, this is one of those old No Limit bangers that will definitely take you back. But for real, give this track a shot if you haven't heard it or if you haven't heard it in a while. Now, moving over to the mid-range, the mids are more on the neutral side with a lean towards a warmer sound. Again, ear shape and position is going to cause mileage to vary here. But with my custom EQ, the mids are moved forward in the mix and vocals become much more prominent. Now, one of the test tracks that highlights the strengths and weaknesses of the mid-range here is Treat 'Em Right by Chubb Rock. This is a certified banger that dropped back in like 1990 and always brings back good memories for me, but it can also showcase the warmth in the mid-range, so listening to this track with the AeroClips is definitely a must. Now that brings us over to the treble, and treble is good in my opinion, if a bit on the darker side with the signature EQ. Now my custom EQ makes the treble brighter and cleaner without becoming super harsh. Now whether it's smooth jazz or metal or reggae, the music and the sound always comes in crisp and clear, and you also get some decent soundstage and good stereo separation as well. Now one of the test tracks that I used for the treble testing was Die With a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, and this is a beautiful duet with two of the greatest musical talents in the modern era, in my opinion. Now, do yourself a favor, sit back and relax and let their sweet vocals and the gorgeous musical arrangement take you to another place. Even with the AeroClip, you can still truly enjoy this song. Now, that's going to bring us over to any constructive criticism I might have for Soundcore on these. Now, one, there's no wireless charging, which still kind of surprises me, especially considering the higher price point of these earbuds. Two, there's no low latency or gaming mode, which I think with Bluetooth 5.4 and everything else we have going on, I figured that would have been an easy one to throw in here. And then lastly, the IPX4 rating. If we're going to try to use these, or, you know, for sports workouts, that sort of stuff, can we at least get like an IPX5? I don't know, maybe an IPX6. I don't know, you know, maybe something IP54. I don't know, but it'd be nice to see an upgrade when it comes to that water resistance rating on open style earbuds. So now let's go ahead and jump into some mic samples for those who like to take phone calls with their earbuds. Now I'll be doing both quiet and crowd noise tests so you can hear how they perform under different conditions. I'll also throw in the Soundcore C40i, the Soundcore AeroFit 2, the Nothing Ear Open, and I'll probably throw in the Soundpeats open earbuds as well. So we'll throw everything in for a good comparison. All right, so here we have the microphone quality test for the Soundcore AeroClip. So testing, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, I'm indoors in a semi-quiet room. So testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, and here we have the microphone test for the Soundcore C40i. So testing, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, once again, I'm indoors in a semi-quiet room. So testing, 1, 2, 3. And here we have the microphone test for the Soundpeats ProClip Pro. So testing, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, once again, I'm indoors in a semi-quiet room. So testing, 1, 2, 3. And here we have the microphone test for the Nothing Ear Open. So testing, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, once again, I'm indoors in a semi-quiet room. So testing, 1, 2, 3. And here we have the microphone test for the Soundcore AeroFit 2. So testing, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, once again, I'm indoors in a semi-quiet room. So testing, 1, 2, 3. And here we have the Soundcore AeroClip in a simulated crowd noise environment. So something like a busy bar, a crowded restaurant, or something along those lines. So testing, 1, 2, 3. And here we have the Soundcore C40i in a simulated crowd noise environment. So something like a busy bar, a crowded restaurant, or something along those lines. So testing, 1, 2, 3. And here we have the Soundpeats ProClip Pro in a simulated crowd noise environment. So something like a busy bar, a crowded restaurant, or something along those lines. So testing, 1, 2, 3. And here we have the Nothing Ear Open in a simulated crowd noise environment. So something like a busy bar, a crowded restaurant, or something along those lines. So testing, 1, 2, 3. And here we have the Soundcore AeroFit 2 in a simulated crowd noise environment. So something like a busy bar, a crowded restaurant, or something along those lines. So testing, 1, 2, 3. Now, with all of that out of the way, and for full disclosure, this video was sponsored by Soundcore, as I said in the beginning of this video. Now, despite this, they received no rights for copy or script approval and were not allowed to see this video prior to it being published. Soundcore is also not allowed to control my opinions on their products. I'm allowed to say how I truly feel in my videos. If they had attempted to sway my opinions, I would not have accepted a long-term partnership with Soundcore. I'm telling you all of this because I believe in transparency and honesty with you as a viewer. There will undoubtedly be other sponsored videos on this product, but not everyone is willing to disclose that as openly as I am. As always, please be sure to watch multiple reviews before you make your final purchase decision. Now, if you're interested in seeing my favorite Soundcore earbuds, check out the video I'll leave for you right up here on the screen. With that said, my name is JEFE, and I'm out.